It's understanding who we're playing. What I mean by that, they've lost 3 games in a row. I think you can kind of sense the frustration they have just with their own selves. So we know we're going to get a unbelievably motivated and aggressive team coming out. And as far as Russell and Nikola, we just want to play the game. We're much more focused on not turning the ball over against a great defense than the Russell-Nikola dynamic, and we just have to keep our heads if anything does happen.
How'd you like Jamal the last time that he went after Russ and his defense in that area? I mean, it's hard with Russ.
Yeah, it's such a, man, okay, hey, you're a 20-year-old starter for the first time. Go get Westbrook. What a great challenge. But the one thing I do like about Jamal is he's not a guy that is scared or shies away. I think he embraces the challenge, and just think, I know it's early in the season, 11 games played, but he has played against a bunch of all-star guards already and guys that will be Hall of Famers, and he struggles at times, but at least he's willing to accept that challenge. And obviously tonight with a guy like Russell Westbrook and then Paul George and Carmelo Anthony, we have 3 great players that we have to bear that guard, not just one-on-one, but as a team.
How do you begin to do that?
Well, I think it's got to start on the offensive end. And what I mean by that is this team, they lead the NBA in steals, lead the NBA in deflections. They are 4th in points off of turnovers. They force the most turnovers. So when I say it starts on offense, if we turn the ball over, Russell Westbrook is a one-man break. I mean, if we fuel their break, it could be a long night. And as we all know, turnovers have been an issue for us. So one of their strengths is one of our biggest weaknesses. That's going to be, I think, the main storyline tonight is how do we handle their aggressive defense. They lead the NBA in paint points allowed, fewest. So we have to make sure we're not playing in a crowd, trying to over-penetrate, getting ourselves into trouble. And then if we do force them to play a half-court game, we have to, have game plan discipline, take on the challenge, keep them out of our paint, not give Paul George threes, keep them off the foul line. There's a lot of things that go into it when you have 3 marquee players like they have.
What have you seen as the biggest difference between, I mean, obviously the personnel is very different, but last year an extremely high percentage of their shots allowed were at the rim, and this year it's way, way, way lower. What have you seen as the biggest difference in making that change from them?
Well, one, I think, let's give Steven Adams some credit. I love watching him play. The way he runs the floor, the physicality which he plays with, the screens that he sets. He's a guy that every one of his teammates loves playing with because of the intangibles, the toughness, the physicality he brings. After that, they have a lot of like-sized guys, and they do a lot of switching. And so with their starting lineup, they're going to switch 1 through 4. And when they go to their bench, Grant is their backup 5, and they're going to switch 1 through 5. And they use their athleticism, they use their length to keep guys out of their paint. And they're a disruptive team, and that's where those turnovers come into play. If you fall into that and you struggle against all their switching, it can make for a long night. And that's why when you watch that Sacramento game, it's interesting. If you cut that tape 8 minutes into the game, you think OKC is going to win by 40. And, obviously Sacramento settled down. They were able to start scoring the ball and played pretty good defense. So I attribute it to their roster that Sam's put together. And they have a lot of like-sized guys with great athleticism and versatility on that end.
You talk so much about turnovers. What do you attribute those to? Are guys pressing too hard? What?
I would say, I don't know if it's pressing too hard. One thing I like about our team is we're very unselfish. And I think a lot of times guys are trying to make the right play for their teammate, but sometimes it is a high-risk, high-reward type of a play, a thread-the-needle type of a play. We have to make the simple play, and that's always important, but tonight it's even that much more important because of the team we're playing and how effective they are in forcing those turnovers. So reading the defense, take what the defense gives you. For me, that's CYO basketball. You learn that when you're a little kid. So just don't force the issue. If you come off of a pick and roll and there's a crowd, that means throw the ball ahead. You've done your job. You've drawn the crowd. And I think that's going to be really important tonight. I think we will have a chance to win this game if we shoot the ball well. They do a great job of collapsing on the paint, on penetration in the post, and that means that the three-point line should be open, and now we have to step in and make those shots.
You guys recall Tyler Lydon yesterday. I know it's a balance between getting him game reps in the G League and then taking advantage of his time up here. So what do you want to see from him just while he's with your club?
To be honest, one of the reasons he was recalled is he sprained his ankle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so We just wanted to get him back, have our guys look at him, get our hands on him, and help him get healthy as quickly as possible. So he's back here now, but it's not like he's able to really participate because of the ankle injury he sustained early in last game in the G League.
I think those switches is one of the keys to attack then in those situations and not keep trying to find passes, because you guys fell into that habit early in the season to force the defense to come over so you guys can get the ball moving even more.
Yeah, I think one thing we told our guys this morning, Matt, is if we get caught staring at the switch and becoming very stagnant and not moving the ball and not moving bodies, we become easy to guard, and that only strengthens their defense. So we have to make sure, yes, they're going to switch. They're going to switch all night long. The ball will find the mismatch. We can hurt them on the glass if that's the case. But we want to keep that ball moving. We want to drive their bigs if they switch onto our smalls, and now get into a drive and kick game. But if we just sit there and try to throw the ball over the top against a switch, they are so damn athletic and long, they're going to be there, and that's going to be a turnover for us. So that's something that we have to avoid.